These are free games that you can use to get better at half guard, or if you're an instructor, you can use for your students to get better at half guard. This is the constraints-led approach, or CLA for short. If you've wondered what the ecological approach looks like in practice, well, here it is. These games are directly from my games course that I made with my friend Kabir Bath. He's the man at making games. We've compiled over 5 hours of games, so if you want to start using games to improve your jiu-jitsu or your students' jiu-jitsu, head over to playbjjgames.com to pick it up for yourself. Alright, here are the free games.
In the top of half guard, one of the most important things is that I'm able to keep my pinning pressure without being so reliant on using my hands to do so. So in this next game, I'm going to start in the top half guard, and I'm going to start hip to hip, chest to chest with Jordan. My only goal for this game is to prevent Jordan from getting either of his legs between his hips and mine. Whether that means he gets a butterfly hook in, right? Or he gets a knee shield. Or maybe he escapes the other leg all the way to the outside. So on top, my only goal is going to be able to keep this pin, and we're only going to touch the mat with our hands. This way we learn to keep our body centered, how I can walk and pin my partner throughout. So if Jordan and I were playing, we're here, go ahead, right? I'm only using my hands and movement to see how can I twist my hips, center my body, how can I entangle his legs to make it hard for him to make space while maintaining. Lots of times we get so caught up in holding people here that we quit paying attention to the rest of our body and how useful it is. So the goal here is think about how can the way I shift and twist my hips, walking my body one way or the other, make it harder for my partner to get their legs back involved. And at the same time, the more of my torso is leaning on my partner, you'll see you get a lot more control. So again, I start hip to hip. My partner's trying to get their outside leg between us, whether that's a hook or a knee shield, or they're trying to get their bottom leg back between us. Okay, and again, let's treat it for that 3 seconds, right? 1, 2, 3. It's a long time, but it's a very important thing. We don't want to accept it. And on bottom, we really want to insist on building those lines of defense again. For our next half guard game, we're going to again start with the top player hip to hip, but we're going to give us an upper body connection. So when I'm here with Jordan, I'm going to start top half guard, hip to hip, connected. Okay, you can choose from one of sort of 3 connections. I can be cross face underhook, I could be double underhooks, or I can be facing the legs. Your choice. For this game though, we can't change what our upper body is doing, but we have the goal of being able to free our leg from the half guard. The big goal for this game is for us to learn how do I shift the weight to my upper body to make it easier for us to extract our legs without always having to rely on us using our hands to fight the legs. Because oftentimes when you're facing a really skilled player, I need to commit as many of my resources to keep their head and shoulders pinned to the mat so that I can allow my legs to do the work. If I always have to give up and start using my hands back here, I'm affording Jordan chances to create space and build those lines of defense. So again, I start hip to hip with whatever upper body connection I want, but what I start with is what I keep the whole time. For Jordan, he has the same goals as before. He's trying to get his outside leg between he and I, whether that's a butterfly hook or a knee shield, or he's trying to escape his bottom leg and get me all the way back into a closed guard. Again, play with different start positions, right? Maybe one time I go double unders, one time crossface underhook, maybe one time I have my head on this side when I'm working with the double unders versus the other, facing the legs. Play with all of them so you can learn how I'm going to use my body weight and my foot fighting to sort of help me pass this guard. Our next game is going to be from the half guard. So the bottom guard will be on bottom. And on top, I'm going to get the start already hip to hip connected. And my partner on bottom is going to get to have all the inside position with their frame. So that just means that they've disconnected my chest. They're controlling the space between my 2 arms and their body up here. So right now, we think of it. I've won the big fight at the lower body because I've been able to close this distance. And right now, Jordan is winning this fight at the upper body with the frames. So we're going to play until we have a complete advantage. For Jordan, he has his upper body frames. If you can get his lower body back between he and I, that'll be the victory for Jordan. For me, if I can clear his upper body frames and get chest to chest and inside the elbow or inside both elbows, that'll be my victory. So we're just trying to take us from this 50-50 where I have his hips and he has my shoulders locked to taking that full next step. So again, for Jordan, he's already doing well at the upper body. He's fighting to get the legs back between, whether that's knee shield or feet to the inside. And for myself, I'm working to clear these upper body frames so that I can get that inside position, right? Thinking of inside position as being able to get between his elbow and his torso, filling that gap between his ear and his shoulder, right? Or maybe filling both elbows here, but trying to be able to get inside position and keep him pinned. Again, in this game, at any time, if Jordan off balances me, we want to reset and start again. In this half guard game, we're again learning how to use our body to pass the lines of defense, except we're going to start at the knee shield. So Jordan's going to start with his knee shield half guard, and we're going to get our hands in a fixed position and keep them there the whole time. We're going to go bottom collar, top pant leg, and our hands cannot change position. And the only goal is to be able to find a way to get past that knee and eventually hip to hip. If I end up getting all the way outside of the legs, that's fine too, as long as I finish hip to hip. The big goal is we want to learn how we can use our body weight effectively in this position, and that's through anchoring ourselves, right? So now we're seeing when Jordan's fighting, go ahead, right? And we're playing here, how can I keep this space closed? How can I walk him flat and work our ways in? But also, we don't want to develop this habit where when Jordan starts fighting to create space, I start changing everything I'm doing to stop him. Sometimes we don't need to do that. We just need more confidence with the grip configuration we have. So when I play bottom lapel, top pant leg, and we're here and we're playing, I learn to lean. I learn how can I maybe close his knees? How can I walk him flat and get my hips inside off of one grip? Really effective game to help us learn how to wear out a knee shield, how to really break down that guard while limiting my partner's ability to start attacking me. For this game, of course, since Jordan already has the knee shield in, his win condition is going to be escaping the bottom leg, boom, and getting me back out in front of his open guard. If he can keep me out in his open guard or closed guard for 3 seconds, that'll be a win for Jordan. With all of our guard games, I want you to keep in mind, if he can knock me over or put me in the bottom position, we're going to reset the game, right? We don't want to continue it there. Our next half guard game, we're going to be focused on committing to another really robust grip that we can use that affords us a lot of chances to really wear down and pass the guard. So when Jordan's setting up his knee shield, we're going to set up with our leg weave grip. So reaching through, gripping the bottom leg and the bottom collar. And again, in this round, I'm going to insist on keeping my hands here no matter what, while Jordan fights to either get the legs all the way out, or if he can off balance me at any time, we'll count that too. But remember, we're learning how do I have these two as my anchor point, using my body, my ability to switch my hips, my ability to create movement to eventually find my way to these hip to hip positions. You'll notice our big theme here is we want to get good at keeping a grip and making a lot happen within that one set of control. We don't need to always rush to be changing our hands here and there throughout. And games like this are going to help you figure out all of the movements you can do, how you create them when we narrow it in and take the upper body out of the equation.